take them on a gift?
I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell a story. So I was about 9 years old when we went to Bailey's Camp Resort in Maine with my family. And my brother, my two sisters, my parents, we all went camping. So at this age, I was big into video games. So anytime there was an arcade, I would go. The games I was looking for were Simpsons 4-player was huge when I was younger. Me, my brother, sisters, we'd all play this, all four of us. So here we are at Bailey's Camp Resort, right? And I'm looking for arcades, and I find an arcade right over by the swimming pool, and I'm like, okay, we gotta go, right? We go, and what do we find? Addams Family. And my brother was huge into pinball, right? And he was like the pinball wizard, of course. He's getting multi-ball, and I'm just like in awe of this machine, right? And he's just tearing it up. I mean, we probably didn't use the term tearing it up back then, but he is just really good at pinball. And I'm just like, wow, this machine. And this definitely stuck with me my whole life. And when I got a job in around 2010, I told the girl I was with, I'm going to buy an Addams Family pinball machine. And this is the time when, internet was getting big, and I'm just searching YouTube. Okay, Addams Family, this is awesome. I'm watching people play this, and I'm just like, I'm amazed. I'm like, I gotta own one of these. But it isn't until a few years later that I'm out on an engagement session at Salem Willows, Salem, Massachusetts, and what do I encounter? 2 Addams Family pinball machines. And I'm taking pictures, mostly of the pinball machines, but I'm like, I have to own one of these. And this is about 2012 or so. I don't know, maybe this is 2014 or so. 2013, okay, let's just say it's 2013, but then 2014, I start searching for Addams Family pinball machines on the internet, and I'm on Craigslist. This is mostly where you went back in 2014. I mean, there wasn't like Facebook Marketplace and other things like that, Let Go or whatever. That's mostly what I use, Facebook Marketplace. So I go to Craigslist, right, Western Mass Craigslist, and there's an Addams Family pinball machine. $5,000. This is summer of 2014, about August. And I'm like, $5,000, okay. I write to them and I'm like, will you take $3,500? I'm on the golf course, by the way, when I write this. I just send them a quick message. And they counter and they say, we'll take $3,800, which is a great price for an Addams Family pinball machine. And I sit on it for a few days. I'm like, well, it's still there. I mean, why aren't people going for this? And then I finally decide. I say, if it's there by Thursday, I will go get it. And before all of this, my dad says, because I don't know if this is probably one of the biggest purchases that I ever made. My dad says to me, keep it for a year. And if you still like it, hang on to it. If you don't, sell it. And so I finally make a decision. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it. We're going to get it today. I call the lady. I say, I have your money, $3,800. I go to the bank. They get all hundreds. And we drive in the middle of the night to New Hampshire. The drive took us about 2.5 hours. And we make it to the house. And I know nothing about pinball. I just know that when I was 9 years old, I had a blast playing Addams Family pinball. I know nothing about playfields. I mean, this playfield, in hindsight, is completely roached. I mean, this thing is not in great shape. What you're seeing behind me is not what this Addams Family pinball machine looked like when I showed up August 2014. But it was all thanks to my dad that he sort of gave me that nudge and said, go for it. If you don't like it in a year, sell it, and I can get all my money back if I really wanted to sell this. But you know what? We drove in the night, 2.5 hours, drove back that same night, 5-hour trip just to get my childhood that is now right here in my living room. So I'm not trying to share any wisdom with you. I'm just trying to tell the story Addams Family Pinball, tell you what we did back in 2014, how I started my pinball collection. And why did I start this pinball collection? Well, in the area, the Western Mass area, there was nowhere to play pinball. There was an Addams Family that popped up at an arcade close by, or a barcade, and they sold it. So I said, I'm gonna go get me an Addams Family Pinball.
Got it. Oh. You're doing good. Oh, that was not your fault.